Ticket to Ride is a game in which you compete to build train routes connecting cities across the US and southern Canada. At the beginning of the game, you'll be dealt a hand of 4 train cards. These cards are from the 1910 expansion. The cards that come with the game are a bit smaller, but I'm using these because they're bigger and easier to see. These cards come in 8 different colors, and there's also a 9th variety, which is the wild card locomotive that has a rainbow on it. You're also going to be dealt 3 tickets at the beginning of the game. You'll see on the tickets that at the top are 2 cities named, and the cities are also shown on the map with big dots. There's also a number in the lower right-hand corner that tells you the point value of this ticket. These are one of the main ways to score points in the game. If you complete the ticket, which means that you've connected the 2 cities with your trains at the end of the game, you get the number of points in the lower right-hand corner. If you don't do it though, you lose the number of points, so keeping tickets is always a gamble. Of these 3 tickets, you have to keep at least 2 of them at the start of the game, but can keep all 3 if you like. Once everyone's decided, any that are not wanted go back on the bottom of the ticket deck, and then the first player can start their turn. On your turn, you will have one of 3 choices. The first choice that you may want to take is to take trains. If you take trains, you can do one of 2 things. You can either take one face-up wildcard locomotive, or take 2 of any other trains, either the solid color face-ups, or from the top of the deck. So, for example, I may take this blue one. It immediately gets replaced from the top of the deck, and then I'll have my second choice, which, let's see what I get here. Oh look, a wildcard locomotive. Lucky to get one from the top of the deck. Then my turn would be over and be the next person's turn. Another choice that you might want to do is to lay down track. You'll see that all the cities on the board are connected by lines made up of different numbers of rectangles. Look here at Salt Lake City and Helena. This is connected by 3 pink rectangles. To claim this track, you would need to have 3 pink train cards in your hand. You would play them to the discard pile, and then take trains of your color and fill up the track. This means that it's now yours and no one else can have it. You also get points for laying down track. On the board, there's a counter that shows how much points different lengths of track are worth. Tracks that are only 1 and 2 long are only worth 1 or 2 points. But the very long 6 train tracks are worth 15 points. This was a medium length track, 3 trains, so this would be worth 4 points for the yellow player. You get these points right away, unlike the tickets, which are only scored at the end of the game. Here, you'll see between Salt Lake City and Denver that there are 2 parallel lengths of track connecting the 2 cities. When you go to claim this, you can either play 3 reds or 3 yellows to take whichever length of track you want. In a 2 or 3 player game, once someone takes one of them, the other one is closed and not available. But in 4 or more players, another player could take whatever is left over. One player can never take both pieces of track though. Finally, there are these gray lengths of track, like from Calgary to Helena, which can be completed with any color of train. You can use 4 reds or 4 blues to complete it, but you can't use a mix of reds and blues. It all has to be one continuous color. For all of these, you can replace any given train card with a wildcard locomotive. So this could be completed with 3 reds and a wild, 2 reds and 2 wilds, or even all the way up to 4 wilds if you wanted. So that's what happens if you take track. The third choice you have is to take tickets. If you do that, you draw the top 3 tickets off the ticket deck, pick one of which to keep, but you can keep more, and then put any that you don't want back on the bottom of the deck. So again, you have to keep one, but can keep up to all 3 if you like. At the end of a player's turn, if they have 2 or fewer trains left in their pile, then the game is ending. Everybody gets one last turn, including the player who just went down to 2 trains, and then the game's over. Before you look at your tickets, everyone should look at their train tracks across the country. Whoever has the longest continuous track gets a bonus. You get 10 bonus points with this card for the Trans-America Express. That means that you had the longest. If there's a tie, both players get the 10 points. Then everyone looks at their tickets, gives themselves points for the routes that they've completed, and subtracts points for those that they haven't. Whoever has the highest score wins. That's Ticket to Ride. Have fun!